And Darby.
And this is Binge the Cringe, episode 1. We love cringy movies, so we want to bring the happiness of Cringetown to you.
For episode 1, this week's episode, we are rating The Princess Switched Again, featured on Netflix.
We're going to rate the cringe factors on a scale of 1 to 5, and then give an overall cringe rating.
Our first category is romance cringe. So, right the first scene, Stacy's in bed and Edward comes in and he has his shirt off and he puts on his shirt and he's trying to seduce his wife. His wife is so distracted, worried about Margaret.
It just goes over her head. She's oblivious.
She's anxious and he's like, I know something to help with your anxiety. And she's just like, Margaret, this and this. He's like, we can put on the fire, get some wine. I was like, oh, uncomfortable.
Really cringy.
Yeah.
Really cringy.
Yeah.
Our next moment of cringe that happens in the romance category is we have Margaret and
Kevin,
thank you, and Kevin, and they're decorating for Christmas and they're on separate balconies and they just all of a sudden look at each other and stare into each other's eyes from afar off with the tiny little smile. And it definitely gave us the Twilight vibe feels.
Yeah.
It was very reminiscent of Edward and Bella, which, by the way, if you have not seen the compilation of Edward and Bella stares at no dialogue, just staring at each other, it's 25 minutes long. We'll link it below. Please do yourself a favor and watch it. You won't regret it.
Yeah, wow.
It's really funny.
But yeah, the classic looking at each other. Mm. And then Margaret swooning over Antonio Tony, saying he's handsome and we've had business dinners together and maybe we'd be good for each other. And it was ugh.
And he's going to turn out to be the bad guy, so you're not invested in Antonia at all. So you kind of feel a second-hand cringe with her, where you're just
you're
ooh, girl,
no,
don't even waste your time. Ooh, cringy.
Yeah.
Stop. Oh, I don't like that. So
yeah. So our overall rating for romance is a 2.
Yes. Our second category is dialogue. Yeah.
So Margaret, I suppose I can give it a whirl. And then Kevin and Margaret go into the kitchen and Kevin says, have you ever been in here before? She's like, of course. She's like, let's go to the refrigerator. And she opens the oven. She says, dear me, it's empty. And then Kevin's like, haha, very funny. I'm like, what? Who thought of that?
So cringy. The next one, there's this character, Fiona. She's the cousin. She has so many cringy lines, but one of the things that she does throughout the whole movie is she makes cat noises. She's always just meow, or I don't know what she's doing, but she's making so many cat noises, and I want someone to make a compilation of that, please, because it made my day, but so cringy, so awkward.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just constant. The one-liners from her. She goes, Maggie Moo, real hotness. You're yummy. The powder room, lol. Not LOL.
She literally
lol.
says, lol.
It doesn't laugh. And then, the little tuxedo man. My Ariana Grande face. I'm colorblind. Driver! Off with their heads.
So cringy. Wow. I don't know how Vanessa played Fiona without constantly laughing, because I would die.
Hilarious.
There's another one that it's when she's pretending to be Maggie.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, no, it is Maggie. And she's like, yo.
Oh, yes.
Let's get this party started.
Yeah.
And it's this proper British woman trying to say yo. Anyway, it's really cringy. It's awkward.
And then Frank, the driver, he's like, these are registered weapons. We're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, so our rating for dialogue was pretty high. We rated it a 4. Yeah. It was really cringy.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Wow. Our next category are characters. So the accents are cringy. Vanessa Hudgens, she has 3, kind of 2 with Fiona and Margaret, but still, it's ooh.
I mean, I'm not saying we can do better. What I'm saying is, yikes.
Yeah.
It's cringy. Okay?
You notice it.
But we love cringe. That's why we do this, right? Yeah. We love the cringe. So I'm just saying, if you want cringe, accents, cringy, we got it for you. Well, she's got it for you.
Mm-hmm.
Also, with the characters, like, the assistants, they're just dumb.
Yeah.
They're, like, supposed to be, like, these, like, smart masterminds. I don't know. Like, they're supposed to, like, be running heists and, like, stealing things and stuff. And, like, they're just stupid. And I feel like the characters didn't have to be played that way, but they were played that way. And I just felt like that's a trope that's really cringy. And I didn't really like it.
Yeah, they're kidnappers, but also they're fighting and just catty and yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they're like 5-year-olds.
Wasn't the best.
Yeah.
And they steal all these things at this party. Wallets, watches, and then they have toilet paper. And the boy's like, but it's 2-ply. Like, obviously it's good. It's like a good find. We're like, what?
Yeah, so like we see their first heist, it's like stealing toilet paper, and then the next heist we see is them kidnapping the queen. And they like pull it off seamlessly.
Yeah.
So they shouldn't be that dumb. I don't know. Cringe.
Yeah. Yeah, all the mirror looks. Wow. That was a part.
Many,
yeah.
So
the evil smile in the mirror. And like the tongue on the teeth. Like, and just the look.
Okay, there are 2 compilations that need to be made.
Yeah.
1, all of the cat noises. Number 2, all of the mirror looks. I think Fiona looks like is shown in the mirror more than she's like shown normally. Like,
yeah,
that's just who her character is. It's crazy.
Yeah. So our overall rating, 4
for sure.
Wow.
For sure. Yeah. So our next category is plot.
First off, Belgravia sounds a lot like Genovia.
Genovia,
the land I call my home. So I thought that was funny.
Belgravia. Genovia. We love it. Yeah. I also, the plot, the biggest part of cringe for me was like, it all depended on Edward not caring about his wife. Like, not caring, but like not caring enough to check up on her. Like, he like goes to try to check up on her, he like tries to call her, and then he lets Olivia, this like, I don't know, 11-year-old girl, like tell him what to do. She's like, no, don't do that. I'm like, you are a man.
Yeah.
Check up on your wife. Like, if you want to, do it, you know?
Yeah.
And so I just thought that was like really cringy in the plot, that he was like letting his life being taken over by this little girl.
Yeah.
Talk to your husband. Talk to your wife if you want to. Guys, talk to
yeah, and the most real conversation was Stacy pretending to be Margaret, so Edward didn't know it was his wife he was talking to. But yeah, it was weird.
Yes. If you want to talk to your wife, go talk to your wife. Don't talk to someone that looks like your wife.
Yeah.
So, okay, in the film, Fiona, she commits treason by pretending to be the queen and trying to like usurp her throne for a second. And then she gets caught in the act, and they're like, bad Fiona, community service for you. And then she's like, oh no. And then they all leave, and she's just left in this like the middle of this cathedral with diamonds, like royal jewels, right? She's like going to be crowned queen, so she's like wearing, she's all bussied up, and they just leave her, and she's just like standing there, and she just walks off.
I know. They sent Antonio to the dungeon, but not her. And she was the one who was actually impersonating and kidnapped. So that was crazy.
Yeah.
And then, so Kevin and Margaret break up 6 months prior to this. And then in the morning, they don't know, can things work out? He's like, maybe Tony would be better for you and all this. And then at the end of the day, they're getting married at the airport. He pulls out from his suit jacket. He has the ring. He's like, I'll have this 6 months ago. And I have the ring. What? She's broken up with you and you still have it on you? What? You're always ready to go to get married?
And this morning you didn't even know if you were going to be together. You go on one date and then you're just married. Like,
whoa.
What is happening?
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah, good times. So for the plot, we rated this 2 for cringiness.
Our last category is music. And Crystal and I have different preferences with this. I thought it was cringy, the piano. I can't. Anytime a dramatic moment's like, ding, 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 and like, you're like, oh. I did love the Kelly Clarkson. That was great.
Queen Kelly. We have Team Kelly all the way.
Love it. But yeah, every time the piano and the dramatic moments. So I gave it a 3. That's how I felt.
Yeah, like Darby said, I didn't feel any cringe with the music at all. I actually was like bopping to it, and I loved, they like played Silent Night at one point, they played like Pachelbel's Bell's Cannon at the airport. Yeah, I'm like, I can do that. And I rated this a 0. I didn't think that there was any cringiness with the music whatsoever. So
yeah. So to compromise, we did a 1.5.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we like compromising.
Yes.
This is great. Okay, so our overall cringe scale for The Princess Switched Again, featured on Netflix, is a 12.5 out of 25.
So yeah, not the cringiest thing you could ever binge, but not the least.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, I would definitely still binge it. Definitely
yeah.
worth the binge.
Yeah.
I would say.
So we hope you enjoyed our episode of Binge the Cringe. Shout out to Tyler Dalton, our one and only fan right now. Thanks for never letting us give up on our dream of binging the cringe.
You're the real MVP, man.
Yeah.
If someone else out there is watching this and wants us to, binge another cringy movie, please write it down in the comments. We would love to binge the cringe.
Well, let us know. We'd love to do it.
Yes.
Remember to like and subscribe, share with your friends. We love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.